Okay, let's talk about notifications. What are notifications? They are very similar to push notifications that you would receive on your mobile device telling you that you received an email, except that they only work locally on the mobile device and do not require a server, any kind of configuration like that. Everything is done locally. As I've said many times before, the Freemium Starter Kit is a simplified UI to wrap around a complex API, and that is the case here. So once you have everything installed, let's open up the editor and look at the individual notifications. For each notification, you have a setup where you pick the start type of the notification, whether it's a normal notification, meaning it's set up as soon as the app runs and it will run according to its schedule, or that it's triggered by something else. And when you say it's triggered, that means that at some point in the game, you'll make a simple API call that triggers this notification to be scheduled. But let's go ahead with normal. We choose the schedule repeat. That means that once the notification fires, if schedule repeat is checked, then it will automatically reschedule itself to fire again at the next interval. Schedule next means when you want it to fire, or more precisely, after the notification is triggered, how long to wait before it fires. And so in this case, I have chosen for it to wait at least a week and then fire on a Tuesday, and the hour and minute at 10:30 in the morning. So my other options would be to fire right now. That means in the case of if trigger type is set to triggered, then as soon as you make the API call to trigger the notification, it'll fire. Or you can set it for day, which means this number of days, whatever you set this to. So 4 days after the notification is triggered, then it will show up. And again, it'll be at 10:30 in the morning. And you have the option of week and month. So as you saw with week, you get to choose the day of the week. And with month, you get to choose the day of the month. Should you choose the 31st day of the month, then in months like February, it will fire on the 28th of February, or the last day of the month. Okay, let's go back to this. Once you have all this set up, you need to set up the actual notification itself. So here I have 3 separate notifications. The system will choose randomly from one of these notifications when it fires. Since I have this repeating, scheduled to fire every week on a Tuesday, every week it'll just pick one of these and fire it off. So the user will get a message with the title Enchanted Forest, and the body will say this right here. Now on Android, these local notifications have icons. This is just the icon identifier. To actually set up the icon in Unity, you click File and Build Settings, which will bring up your build settings. From there, you click Player Settings, which will bring up your player settings. Then choose Mobile Notifications. Here you select Android, and then here you can add in the icons you use. And this identifier is what you select yourself. At this moment, I only have small icons set up, but you also need to set up larger icons. You'll need both small and large icons, and you'll need to record the identifier, because back in notification settings, that identifier will be here. This will identify which icon you want to show up with this notification. So you'll do both a small icon and a large icon. And when the message fires every week on Tuesday at 10 a.m., the player gets a message that basically is reminding them to come back and play the game if they haven't played in a while. And so what I do is every time they run the game, I reset this notification. That means that if they play every day, they won't ever see this notification. But as soon as they put it down and don't play for a few days, the next Tuesday that rolls around, this notification is going to show up. The other thing you can do is set up a triggered notification to fire on a specific day. So what I've done here is that I have a message that comes up and from the Enchanted Forest that says Happy Halloween. You may consider doing this for various holidays, or the anniversary of your game coming out, or whatever you want. The point is that it's flexible and you can set up all kinds of notifications. Just a note of clarification, the game does not need to be running for these notifications to appear. They are scheduled with the mobile device's notification system, so they are outside the game running and they will come up on their own.